Around this time last year, I found myself in the middle of a deep conversation with two complete strangers who both ended up openly sharing some of the greatest hardships from their lives. It was a dark December morning, the sort of day where it doesn't feel like the sun much fancies rising. I had a day off work and my wife had a routine hospital appointment, so I offered to take her. We got to the waiting room and it had that horrible sterile lighting that you often find in hospitals, the sort that seems like it's designed to give you a headache. We sat and we chatted for a few minutes and then my wife got called in. I remember I didn't have my phone with me, so I had no clear way of passing the time. So I just sat and stared longingly at a vending machine, desperately wishing I had £1 to buy a pack of Monster Munch. A crisp, by the way, that I'd never give a moment's thought in any other circumstance. To the left of me was an elderly woman, and to my right was a younger woman closer to my age. I'm not really sure how the conversation started, probably some unimaginative comment about the weather or something, but we found ourselves talking about our families. And sure enough, that led to hardships. The younger woman said that she had twin boys and that she was really struggling. It was twice the energy, twice the cost, twice the boisterousness, twice the everything. She said she wasn't doing so well in the role and she thought she might have done better. Then the elderly woman said that she'd had twin girls, but that sadly one of them had died after only 4 months. She remarked that she was grateful that in her surviving daughter, she knows what the other twin would have looked like at every age. And then she teared up and said she would have loved to have known her character. Not really knowing what to say, I just asked them both had they had any support in this, and they both said none. It then dawned on me to tell them about Care for the Family. I said to the older lady if she needed someone to talk to about her grief, that we have a telephone support line that she could call, and I gave her the number. Then with the younger woman, I said we have a whole host of parenting resources that might help her in her role as a mum. Now these things weren't silver bullets, but it was something. My wife emerged from her appointment. I said Merry Christmas to the two women and off we went. In the car on the way home, I was telling my wife about this conversation. And I realized I was so glad that I had something more to say than just platitudes. I was able to point them in the direction of tangible hope and healing even. So if you're a friend to Care for the Family, be that from a casual observer to someone who's partnered with us for 30 years, we want to remind you that we are here to support families. And if you know of any families who are struggling, we'd encourage you to point them in our direction so that we might be able to give them that incredible message that even in the storms of life, there is hope to be found.